The curious sculpture comes alive as you reach out to touch it. It thrums with power and throws flickering, dancing shadows against the carving is covered in strange glyphs that feel oddly familiar. They surround a gently glowing stone that makes you think of the night sky rolled into a ball. Trying to read the symbols, you hear a faint whispering at the back of your mind, as if you're listening to the echoes of a past age. Your mind swims, and, for a moment, the glyphs become clear. You read, "Our first lords babes with power glowed, our seconds born in blood that flowed. Our thirds young to the wind return, our fourths to glowing flames adjourn. Our fifth lord's cubs with minds were blessed, our sixths had brawn beyond the rest. Our seventh's brood spread from earth to glen, and thus no king shall rise again." You try to hold your focus as the whispering echo fades, but the letters waver, contorting and merging until they're nothing but meaningless glyphs once more.
A riddle from the past. Or maybe a riddle about the past? What a way to die, down here in this darkness. Poor soul. Tersendelius, poet and patron god of the elves.
Ah, Duna, a true god, stout of heart and fierce of face.
Blessed Zolstissa, an elegant god for our elegant people.
Strange. I've never seen anything like this before. It's Amadia, the mother of wizards. The god of orcs, Vrogir. Huh, Zantetsa, the goddess of mirth, worshipped by imps. Ralek. I used to pray to you. Well, that wasn't right.
The sculpture is covered in strange glyphs. The only visible ornament is a deep-set stone that emits. Something shifts within the sculpture, and you're knocked back by a sudden burst of energy. The glow from the columns. The sculpture, trying to read the symbol, your mind swims, and you read, "Our first lord's babes with power glowed, our our fifth lord's cubs with minds were blessed, our seventh's brood spread from earth to glen." You try to hold your focus.
It's Amadia, the mother of wizards. Tersendelius, poet and patron god of the elves.
Ah, Duna, a true god, stout of heart and fierce of face.
Blessed Solstice, an elegant god for our elegant people.
Zantetsa, the goddess of mirth, worshipped by imps. The god of orcs, Vrogir. Ralek, I used to pray to you when I was young. That's it, we're through. What in the name of Lucian's prize pig is going on here? I wonder what they did in life to deserve such a resting place.
The creature looks down from its perch, trembling. It crawled out of that sarcophagus as if it had forgotten how to move its limbs. It turns to you, and you see its face is covered by an intricate mask. From behind its unmoving lips, you hear a noise. It starts as a groaning, croaking chatter, but
Mais Saravel te de larontu, Shamory?
the stream of noise cuts off abruptly. After a moment, you hear a jolting, lurching voice.
It wears the face of Ralek, but speaks the tongue of beasts. How cruel. I suspected the Seven Lords won the war after they locked me here, but seeing their faces on dumb creatures, a depressing confirmation. What is this senseless braying? I speak of no beast king. I speak only of the king, the eternal king of creation, the king against whom the Seven Lords rebelled.
Deep within your soul, you feel the thing inside you stirring at the sound of the voice. You can feel its growing curiosity. The creature leans forward to get a better look at you, clucking and tutting under her breath.
It seems to be a simple form at its core, a sauce vat. A walking, unfortunately talking, sauce vat. Fascinating. I wonder how to extract the sauce from the vessel without...
She pulls back suddenly.
It is rotting. Almost imperceptibly, but it decays before my eyes. It does not even have a century left.
You hear that voice in your mind, demanding that you give it control, demanding your body obey its will.
Oh, that's better. She keeps me so cooped up in there. I'm sure you know what being cooped up is like. In fact, I know that look. You're hungry. By all means, go out and eat your fill. But you will leave this one alone. She's mine.
Interesting. Evil hidden by the primitive. Mines stacked like nesting dolls. Your request is noted and ignored. The 7 lords sealed me in this tomb, and I will need my strength if I am to retrieve the Aetherin and have my revenge.
Ha! The Aetherin? The God Slayer? It's a myth. It was a myth when I was still new to this. But perhaps we can make a deal. The world has changed since you started your nap. The Void, the Divine Order, the God King and his Void Woken. It's very confusing, but maybe we can make sense of it together. Who knows? We might even find that mythical weapon of yours.
The God King? The Void? Of course, of course. Why would the 7 kill him if they could throw him to the Void? If they could throw them all to the Void. No, I do not need your cursed deals. There is only one thing I need from you. As for that monstrosity you have made your shell, it was designed to die, and I think it is time that design were fulfilled. Do not worry. The source shall not be wasted. It will carry me from this tomb.
The air suddenly feels thick, like it's grown musty after concealing a lie for so long.
Their tale is one of scholars becoming gods. If they could, we can. Which is rather excellent.
The crystalline artifact is both beautiful and robust, as pure as glass and as immutable as iron. The statue, as the tears...
Spotted something.
The plinth of the statue bears a series of... The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with little effort. You cringe at the sound of stone grating against stone. The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with little effort. The statue rotates with little resistance. You cringe at the sound of stone grating against... The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet the statue rotates with little resistance. The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet the statue rotates with little resistance. As you reach to push open the heavy door, the coils and whirls of engraved wood dance into a new pattern.
A little sorcerer, come to play. You are a sorcerer, are you not? Perhaps even God-woken? Tell me true, now.
Silence greets your answer. In the distance, you hear the screech of an eagle. Worryingly closer, you hear some kind of a moan. Time passes.
Enter.
The face melts back into the wood of the door, and the whirls swirl back into a floral pattern.
Nice. I've always wanted to explore a haunted house.